I mean, my competitive nature has gone a long way from the first time I picked up any sport.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner, that my game was built on flash and not fire.
Stop making excuses. Michael Jordan's powerful speech. Maybe I made things seem easy when it wasn't. Maybe I tricked you into thinking my most memorable moment happened at the free throw line. My plan depended more on flash than fire, although you may have thought otherwise. Maybe it's my fault you didn't realize that my agony motivated me. You might have thought I wouldn't play basketball every day if I had my way. Or I messed up. Or you're making excuses. Michael Jordan stated contests were tough. After each game, a scratch emerged on his arm. He felt targeted. Jerry Krause's acting idol was Dan Marjorie. It was enough that Krause liked him. The comparison hurt me deeply. During my basketball career, Utah competed in bowls. I greeted John and Carl at their home. Brian Russell asks, "Why did you quit?" "Why, dude? You knew I'd protect you. You resigned." Carl agreed to speak with this person when I suggested it. "He's new," stated the coach. "Since then, I've considered him a competitor. It was my responsibility to dominate this individual, and I did. I never feel like I'm trying hard. Personal growth is possible. I established objectives despite this. Despite my many successes, I'm never content. I have much to prove as a player, a person, a parent, and a role model. Not only on the pitch, I'll never be happy with who I am or what I've accomplished. Realizing I couldn't improve, I stopped playing. My talents and goals haven't peaked yet. I'll always want to accomplish certain goals. This mentality will make my route to success simpler. People are unaware that if they want to be successful, they must realize that they must fail several times. This has affected me and others who are scared to act out of concern about what others would think of them, since they're from different countries. My parents taught me this. Transform a bad into a good, and don't let it get you down.
Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game, or maybe you're just making excuses.
I never feel that I'm at my best. I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved. Even though it's been very successful for me, I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father, to some extent, as a role model. In all aspects. So I'm never really too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game. I still feel that I have a plateau that I hadn't reached yet in terms of my skills or my expectations of myself. I'm always going to expect myself to do certain things or surpass certain things. As long as I believe that, then my road to success is going to continue to expand.
Every time I go in that fucking game and come out, I got a new scratch. It became personal with me. I knew that Jerry Krause loved Dan Martin. And just because Krause liked him was enough for me. You think he's a great defensive player? Okay, fine. I'm gonna show you that he's not. Clyde was a threat. I'm not saying he wasn't a threat, but me being compared to him, I took offense to that. I was a little bit upset that I didn't get the MVP that year and they gave it to Charles. But with that said, okay, fine, you can have that. I'm gonna get this. Yeah, Brian Russell. When I was playing baseball, Utah was in town to play the Bulls. They're practicing at the facility. I go over to say hello to John and Carl. And this kid, Brian Russell, comes up to me and said, "Man, why you quit? Why you quit? Man, you knew I could guard your ass. I couldn't, you had to quit. Carl, you need to talk to this dude, man." No, he's just a young rookie. But from that point on, he's been on my list. If you're gonna high five, talk trash, now I had a bone to pick with you. I'm supposed to kill this guy. I'm supposed to dominate this guy. And from that point on, I did. Those guys who work in the front office, they were good people. But the most important part of the process is the players. So for him to say that is offensive to the way that I approach the game. Karl Malone get MVP. I'm not saying he wasn't deserving of it. All I'm saying is that fueled the fire in me. And said, okay, you think he's the MVP? Okay, fine, no problem.
During the finals, we go out to dinner one night.
Right past me. Now look at my Really? Oh, so that's how you gonna play it? I said, it's a crock of shit. And then we went to Carolina. Dean Smith. I see him in the summer. We play golf. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
People don't see that, and people will never understand that to be success. All they think about, well, he batted 202, and struck out a certain number of times. Yeah, okay. But the effort was there, and the learning curve and the passion was there that has transcended not just to me, but to other people who are afraid to do things because they're worried about the perception that may come from other places.
If you want to see more videos like this, smash the like button.